Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So, we were discussing about India-Pakistan issue in the previous video. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the specific issues. And the today's issues I'll be discussing about basically the Kashmir issue, and along with that we will also be discussing about the Siachen Glacier issue. Alright, so let's begin with it. Actually, Kashmir. So the thing is, both the countries are having different perspectives about the Kashmir. For India, it is an integral part of it, right? Because the Maharaja Hari Singh has signed Instrument of Accession with India in October 1947, right? So Maharaja Hari Singh has signed this Instrument of Accession with India. So India considered Kashmir as its integral part. Whereas for Pakistan, Pakistan actually considered it as the leftover of partition, right? And and it wants that this issue needs to be resolved before any meaningful engagement can take place between the two countries. Alright. So these are the two different perspectives about the Kashmir issue between India and Pakistan. So let's discuss about it. What I had told you when we were discussing about the timeline, we have discussed about 1947-48 war, right? We have discussed about this war and the main region, like the war, this was fought basically for the Kashmir only. All right. So the war ended with actually an it ended with an agreement. Karachi agreement जिसे बोलते हैं, this war ended with that agreement in 1949. Actually, there was this UN proposed ceasefire line, right? Ceasefire line was made between India and Pakistan, and basically the ceasefire line was nothing but the present day line of control. All right. So earlier its name was actually ceasefire line. तो ये जो line थी, it was first made as a result of the first war जो इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के बीच में हुआ था over Kashmir. Alright, this entire region is called as the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Alright, India calls it as POK, that is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and Pakistan calls the western POK as Azad Kashmir, and the upper portion is the northern POK for India, and it's the basically Gilgit-Baltistan region. Alright, so this is about the line of control. And actually the name line of control, I had already told you that in 1971 Shimla agreement, this was actually named as the line of control. Alright, so this is basic, but still the issue is not resolved because India is considering it India considers entire Kashmir as its integral part of India, whereas for Pakistan, it considers it to be a leftover of partition. All right, this is basically the issue with the basically which is related to Pakistan occupied Kashmir. All right, so next question comes: why is this dispute persistent? Right. First one is it's a matter of identity for both the countries. For Pakistan, it would strengthen the idea of its formation, that is religion. So Pakistan basically form हुआ था religion के basis पर, and Kashmir as its part is going to strengthen its identity, strengthen the basis on which it was formed, because Kashmir is basically a Muslim majority state, right? And for India, it is going to strengthen its secular claims. So that's why it's a matter of identity for both the countries. Second one is rich in water resources. Himalayas are called as water towers of South Asia. Strategic locations because of its proximity to Central Asia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, China. It's the strategic location. Another one is Kashmir Valley and Ladakh, great tourism potential. That's also one of the points, like because of which this issue is still persistent. All right. So what are the suggested solutions to it? Basically, the suggested solutions are, the first one we will talk about is plebiscite. ऑल राइट. सो मतलब बेसिकली प्लेबिसाइट होता क्या है कि द पॉपुलेशन, लोग खुद डिसाइड करें. सो सपोज इट विल बी थ्रू पर्पस ऑफ वोटिंग दैट पीपल विल डिसाइड whether they wanted to remain with India or they wanted to remain with Pakistan. Alright. In 1948, India brought Kashmir issue before UNSC. As a part of UN 1949 का जो सीज फायर एग्रीमेंट था, जो यूनाइटेड नेशन ने एक्चुअली क्या क्या प्रपोज किया था, एक तो सीज फायर लाइन हमारी बनी थी इस एग्रीमेंट के तहत, डीमिलिटराइजेशन एंड प्लेबिसाइट. सीज फायर तो इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया बट प्लेबिसाइट कभी नहीं हुआ. ऑलराइट. और एट प्रेजेंट क्या है कि इट वाज द सिचुएशन एट दैट टाइम, इंडिया के लिए उस टाइम पर प्लेबिसाइट फेवरेबल था, लेकिन एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पाकिस्तान बोलता है कि प्लेबिसाइट करवाओ, बट इंडिया डजंट वांट इट. India doesn't actually agrees to it. There's a reason behind that, because yeah, it's been more than 70 years. The demography of the region has actually changed. So that's why India doesn't want plebiscite right now. Alright. So but this is one of the possible solution, one of the suggested solution. Another one is third party intervention. This is also one of the suggested solutions, but India actually doesn't agree to it. There's a reason that when we discussed about Shimla agreement, we have talked that there it has been clearly written, and this agreement signed by both, that they are going to resolve all the issues bilaterally, like they are not going to include any third party in it. And the same was basically emphasized in the Lahore agreement as well, which took place in 2001. All right. So third party intervention, Pakistan wants it, but India says that it violates the Shimla agreement, right? Or presently bhi kya hua hai that the government of India has abrogated Article 370 and 35A and has bifurcated the state into two UTs and has brought it under the direct control of the central government. एक्चुअली बात ये थी कि इस चीज का मेन रीजन तो ये था कि जब यूएस ने अपनी ट्रूप्स को विड्रॉ करना स्टार्ट किया था अफगानिस्तान में, तो देयर वर हाई चांसेस कि क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म जो है इंक्रीज हो सकता था कश्मीर रीजन में, बिकॉज हमने देखा था ना कि अफगानिस्तान इज ऑल्सो डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड टू गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान रीजन के थ्रू. तो उस हम कह सकते थे कि हाई चांसेस थे कि इंडिया में ह्यूमैनिटेरियन क्राइसिस होने के चांसेस थे, क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म इंक्रीज होने के चांसेस थे. तो दैट्स व्हाई बेसिकली दिस वाज वन ऑफ द रीजन कि इसे 2 यूटीज में कन्वर्ट किया गया था. ऑलराइट. इसे 2 यूटीज में कन्वर्ट करके और डायरेक्टली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के अंडर इसे लाया गया था. ऑलराइट. सो ये सब तो थी बेसिकली ओनली द सिक्योरिटी कंसिडरेशंस के अंडर. अगर हम देखा जाए तो हम ये सोल्यूशन सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर हम बात करें तो सिर्फ सिक्योरिटी कंसिडरेशंस की सिक्योरिटी रीजंस को कंसिडर करके अगर हम सिर्फ सोल्यूशन देखेंगे तो दैट्स नॉट गोइंग टू गिव अस अ लॉन्ग टर्म सोल्यूशंस बेसिकली. ऑलराइट. what we need to do is this, they need to increase, there is need कि people to people contact increase हो, soft power का basically use होना चाहिए, तभी long term solutions provide किया जा सकता है. alright. तो इसके लिए अगर हम कोई out of the box solution suggest करें तो there is this conversion of LOC into a soft border permitting free movement and facilitating free exchanges, कि ताकि कि free movement of people हो, of goods हो, of ideas हो, जिसकी वजह से क्या होगा, धीरे धीरे जाके LOC हम कह सकते हैं कि एक तरह से उसका कोई मतलब नहीं रह जाएगा, because if there will be free movement of people, free movement of goods, तो with the passage of time LOC वैसे ही insignificant हो जाएगी, right? So this was one of the solutions which was given as the part of 4-point solution, 4-point formula by the Pakistan President General Pervez Musharraf. All right. So this is one of the out of the box solution which can be there for the Kashmir issue. All right. So let's discuss about Gilgit-Baltistan in little bit of great detail. So let's talk about it first, like historically, because like we are discussing about it because it's been in the news in the recent time as well. So Gilgit region, it was a part of the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir, but it was actually ruled directly by the Britishers, and because like Britishers had taken it on lease from Maharaja Hari Singh of Jammu and Kashmir. All right, so it was the region of Gilgit. All right, so but what happened when the instrument of accession was signed by Maharaja Hari Singh with India? What happened at that time? There were Gilgit scouts who rose to rebellion, right? So, and in their rebellion, they also captured the part of Baltistan, which was actually the part of Ladakh at that time. All right, and they also captured the regions of Skardu, Kargil, and Dras. All right, these were the regions which also were captured. But the regions of Kargil and Dras, they were captured. Indian forces basically retook them from Gilgit, from the Gilgit scouts. They had actually captured these regions, but Indian forces retook them in 1948 August, the regions of Kargil and Dras. Alright, but before that, it was on November 1st that a political outfit which was called as Revolutionary Council of Gilgit Baltistan. This has basically declared or proclaimed Gilgit Baltistan as an independent state. Alright, so दिस वाज व्हाट अबाउट द रीजन ऑफ गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान. व्हाट हैपेंड, अब ये रीजन वैसे तो कश्मीर, पाकिस्तान ऑक्यूपाइड कश्मीर बोला जाता है. तो व्हाट हैपेंड, जब 1974 में पाकिस्तान का जो फर्स्ट फुल फ्लेज्ड सिविलियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जब बना, तो उसमें सिर्फ 4 प्रोविंसेस की बात की गई. 4 प्रोविंसेस कौन से थे? पंजाब, सिंध, बलूचिस्तान और खैबर पख्तूनख्वा. ओके, सिर्फ ये 4 रीजन्स को, मतलब सिर्फ ये 4 प्रोविंसेस की बात की गई. उन्होंने कहीं पर भी गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान और आजाद कश्मीर का जिक्र नहीं किया. एक्चुअली ये था जो पहला फुल फ्लेज्ड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आया पाकिस्तान का, उसमें उन्होंने सिर्फ 4 प्रोविंसेस की बात की. गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान और आजाद कश्मीर की उन्होंने बात नहीं की. They were not incorporated as provinces, and one of the reason was that कि Pakistan didn't want to undermine its international case, that the resolution of the Kashmir issue had to be in accordance with the UN resolution that called for a plebiscite. और पाकिस्तान नहीं चाहता था कि इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे ये जो मतलब उस अपने केस को अंडरमाइन नहीं करना चाहता था पाकिस्तान. दैट्स व्हाई उन्होंने इन रीजन्स को एज प्रोविंसेस मेंशन नहीं किया. 1975 में क्या हुआ, जो आजाद कश्मीर वाला पोर्शन था उसे तो उसका खुद का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मिला. मतलब इन्होंने खुद का गॉट इट्स ओन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, जिसकी वजह से ये एक ऑटोनोमस सेल्फ गवर्न्ड ऑटोनोमस टेरिटरी बन गई. लेकिन जो गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान का रीजन था ना, यहाँ पर ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. इट वॉज basically under the control, जो northern region थे, they were under the control of the Pakistan as well, right? तो लेकिन अगर बात तो देखा जाए तो जो आजाद कश्मीर के लोग थे उनके पास जो राइट्स और फ्रीडम्स तो थे जो कि उनके खुद के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के थे. लेकिन नॉर्दर्न रीजन की बात की जाए तो यहाँ पर तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था. दे डिडंट हैव देयर ओन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. सिर्फ आजाद कश्मीर को उसका अलग कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मिला था. और रिसेंटली बेसिकली ये क्यों न्यूज में है, इस बात का कारण है कि November 1st, it's November 1st 2020, November 1st 2020, it has been observed as Independence Day of Gilgit Baltistan, So that's why it has been under the news. And Imran Khan government had announced that his government would give the region provisional provincial status. All right, so this was about the गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान इशू. जब बेसिकली इस रीजन के बारे में अगर हम देखा जाए तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट इट. लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल का पता चल गया, किस ये इस रीजन में क्या इशू है, क्या रीजन है कि ये परसिस्टेंट है, और क्या सोल्यूशंस हो सकते हैं, और क्या आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सोल्यूशन है, राइट? सो दिस इज अबाउट इट. सो नेक्स्ट थिंग वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट इज सियाचिन ग्लेशियर. अब सियाचिन ग्लेशियर क्या है? इट्स अ 75 किलोमीटर लॉन्ग ग्लेशियर लोकेटेड ऑन द ईस्टर्न काराकोरम range. It's the second longest known polar glacier in the world. Let me know in the comment section which tributary of Indus originate in it, and also tell me first longest non-polar glacier in the world. Name it. Alright, let me know in the comment section. Alright, so let's see. Where is the Siachen Glacier and what is this dispute? Alright, so as I told you, 1949 Karachi Agreement. Ceasefire line बनी. Up to which point बनी ये ceasefire line? Up to the point NJ9842 और बाद में लिखा गया thence not to the glacier. इस ceasefire line को बाद में LOC बोला गया by Shimla Agreement. Let's see कि exactly है क्या ये चीज, right? See people. अब देखिए, ये थी हमारी LOC. ये किस पॉइंट तक की गई? NJ9842. ये है NJ9842 पॉइंट. इसके बाद आ जाता है सियाचिन ग्लेशियर. एक्चुअली उस टाइम पर किसी ने सोचा नहीं था यहाँ पे इतनी हॉस्टाइल बेसिकली एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस हैं कि किसी ने सोचा नहीं था कि ये पॉइंट भी किसी तरह की कोई इंपॉर्टेंस हो सकती है या कोई मिलिट्री या कोई स्ट्रैटेजिक इंपॉर्टेंस हो सकती है, बिकॉज कंडीशंस बहुत ज्यादा हॉस्टाइल हैं. तो इस पॉइंट तक लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल को रखा गया NJ9842. लेकिन यहीं से स्टार्ट होता है और ये NJ9842 यहाँ तक जब सीज फायर लाइन थे तब भी इसी पॉइंट तक रखा गया और उसके बाद जब इसे LOC कन्वर्ट किया गया तब भी इसी पॉइंट तक रखा गया, राइट. उसके बाद लेकिन प्रॉब्लम ये आती है कि NJ9842 के बाद प्रॉब्लम तो वहां से शुरू होती है, राइट. तो इंडिया बोलता है कि ये जो लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल है ये बेसिकली NJ9842 के बाद जो है वो इस कदर ये लाइन जाएगी, ये जो लाइन है वो इस कदर जाएगी कि जो हमारा नियरेस्ट वाटर शेड है यहाँ पे सोल्तरो रिज है, तो इट्स बेसिकली कि नियरेस्ट वाटर शेड के पास से ये गुजरेगी. एंड बेसिकली दिस इज द लाइन विच इंडिया क्लेम्स कि सोल्तरो रिज के पास से ये गुजरेगी, जिसकी वजह से कि जो सियाचिन ग्लेशियर है वो बेसिकली इंडिया का पार्ट है, राइट. लेकिन जो पाकिस्तान बोलता है, पाकिस्तान ये बात बोलता है कि ये जो लाइन है ये यहाँ तक NJ9842 तक जाएगी और उसके बाद ये लाइन स्ट्रेट है. इस कदर है ये लाइन कि जो सियाचिन ग्लेशियर है वो पाकिस्तान का पार्ट है. अब यही दो पॉइंट है कि ये इंडिया कंसीडर करता है और ये बोलता है कि पाकिस्तान है, बिकॉज ये दोनों एक दूसरे को लेके हुए पड़े हैं कि which is that की सियाचिन ग्लेशियर हमारे पास आना चाहिए. ऑलराइट, दिस इज व्हाट कि ये जो लाइन जो लाइन उन्होंने राइट की थी कराची एग्रीमेंट देंस नॉर्थ टू द ग्लेशियर, अब ये दोनों कंट्रीज ने अपने अपने तरीके से इंटरप्रेट करती है. इंडिया ने कैसे की, पाकिस्तान ने कैसे की, वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड, राइट. तो अब यहाँ पे मिलिटराइजेशन कब हुई? 1970s 80s में क्या हुआ? पाकिस्तान began allowing for foreign mountaineering expedition resorting to cartographic aggression, राइट. कि उन्होंने फॉरेन माउंटेनियर्स को परमिशन देनी स्टार्ट कर दी फॉर एक्सपेडिशंस और जिसकी वजह से दिस टर्म कॉल्ड एज कार्टोग्राफिक एग्रेशन, दे अडॉप्टेड दिस पॉलिसी. अब इंडिया के पास एक मिलिट्री इंटेलिजेंस इनपुट आया कि देयर इज सम काइंड ऑफ मिलिट्री एक्शन which is going to be done by Pakistan in the early 1984. तो इंडिया ने इस मूव को प्रीएम्प्ट करना चाहा, like moved to preempt it कि we are sure of this कि this is something which is going to happen, right, and we want to just prevent it. So that's a policy of preemptive action की policy होती है basically कि when we are sure that something is going to happen against our country, so in defense, like before it happens, we are going to basically stop it or act against it. Alright, तो जिसकी वजह से हुआ ऑपरेशन मेघदूत. By Operation Meghdoot, India landed its soldier at the two main passes, which were these two passes, Bilafondla and Siala. These two passes where India landed its soldier. Since then, both the countries have deployed their soldiers in the area. India is on the Siachen and the Saltoro at the heights, while Pakistan is at the much lower altitude. It's basically अराउंड 8,000 फीट टू 23,000 फीट है जहां पर इंडिया ने अपने सोल्जर्स को डिप्लॉय किया हुआ है. तो through this operation Meghdoot, the militarization of Siachen Glacier actually took place. Now, up, let's discuss about what is the significance of Siachen, that in such a hostile environment we have deployed our soldiers. Basically, this glacier forms a wedge between the Baltistan of POK and Shaksgam Valley that Pakistan has ceded to China, thus preventing China and Pakistan from militarily linking up. Let me show you this point of Shaksgam Valley. See people, this is the region of Shaksgam Valley. ये वो रीजन है जो कि चाइना ने जो कि पाकिस्तान ने चाइना को दे रखा है. तो हम नहीं चाहते शक्सगम वैली, मतलब हम नहीं चाहते कि दोनों कंट्रीज की जो मतलब पाकिस्तान और चाइना, ये एक तरह का वेज है बाल्टिस्तान में और शक्सगम वैली के बीच में, और प्रिवेंट करता है चाइना और पाकिस्तान की बेसिकली आर्मी को, चाइना और पाकिस्तान को मिलिट्री लिंक करने के लिए, राइट. सो हम नहीं चाहते कि ये चीज हो. दैट्स व्हाई हमने अपने सोल्जर्स को इतनी हाइट पर, इतनी हॉस्टाइल कंडीशंस में वहां पर डिप्लॉय किया हुआ है. It gives India much needed depth to the important passes that are the gateways to Ladakh and Kashmir. And the another point is India is having the tactical advantage of dominating the heights. अब बात यह है कि India is at the heights, whereas the Pakistan has deployed its army at the much lower altitudes, जो पाकिस्तान के लिए basically एक बहुत ही बड़ी disadvantage है. So these are basically जैसे कि strategic significance बोला जाता है सियाचिन का, लेकिन सबके इस चीज को लेकर same point of views नहीं है. There are some counter point of views as well. So what are these counter point of views? Let's discuss. See people, counter point of views ये हैं कि ये रीजन ऐसा है that estimatedly 2,700 Indian and Pakistan troops they have died because of avalanches, exposure and altitude sickness, because इतनी height है, frost bites जो होती हैं, या फिर basically because of -40 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर, मतलब इतना लो टेम्परेचर है और थिन ऑक्सीजन डिप्लेटेड एयर है, जिसकी वजह से I mean at present as well around a dozen of the soldiers lose their life every year, and till present 2,700 India as well as Pakistani troops have lost their lives in that region. So there was a former Indian Army officer and Siachen veteran who says it's a shocking waste of men and money. I mean, the cost incurred by India, since India is at the heights, harder to supply higher grounds per hai India, or it's been currently, as per the current estimations, the cost is around 5 crore rupees per day. I mean, 5 crore rupees per day are being spent because of the height, or in order so that our soldiers can sustain at such heights, at such temperatures. With all the money spent in Siachen, actually these are also the views by a former Indian Army officer, that with all the money spent in Siachen, we could have provided clean water and electricity to half the country. I mean, this is what the situation is at that. And there is something called as some US specialist on South Asia, Stephen Cohen, he called this conflict as a struggle of two bald men over a comb. I mean, he says, I mean, it's a complete, according to him, that this region is not having any kind of military importance, and this is not a strategically important point. Like many people are having this point of view, that there is no point of deploying the armies, deploying the soldiers at such heights. Alright. So these are the counter point of view, like counter points ये हम लिख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से soldiers have to basically give away their lives, they are losing their lives, the cost which India is incurring, and also along with that the point of view of other Indian army, like Indian army officers, what are their point of view. So there are both kind of point of views, positive as well as negative, right? So what can be the solution? The solution can be demilitarize the Siachen. Actually दोनों countries actually want it, but the way through which, the path which should be followed for demilitarization, they are not able to reach that solution. So but the one point is they want to demilitarize Siachen, and the another solution which is the out of box solution, that is turning Siachen glacier into mountain of peace. And it can also be used for the purpose of scientific research. All right. So basically these can be written as the solution कि demilitarize करो या फिर convert करो इसे mountain of peace में. और ये चीज हमारे former prime ministers श्री मनमोहन सिंह जी ने ये बोला था कि let's convert it, like he had suggested it to convert it into mountain of peace so that it can be used for scientific research. So this was all about the Siachen Glacier issue. I hope I have clarified all the things, all the points which might be asked in the mains, which might be asked in the prelims, and hope it is clear. And if you are having any kind of question related to it, do ask me in the comment section. I'll be happy to. I'll try to reply. All right. So we'll see you in the next video. In the next video, we will basically be discussing about the issue of Sar Creek, alright, which is there between India and Pakistan, and we will also be discussing about Indus Water Treaty. Alright, so this is all about today. Thank you very much. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, and enjoy your life. Thank you very much.